Hello, everyone. In this episode, we are going to be going over the very first deck review of all of the cards Sean Devine sent me, as I had won his last giveaway. If you didn't have a chance yet to check out my video where I showed every deck of cards, I will leave that video in the description. I also talked about in that video all of the cards I am going to be doing a deck review on. In this video, we will be doing the very first deck review. Without further ado, let's get into the very first deck review. So the very first deck I am going to be reviewing in this video, and by the way, my current schedule I'm going to try to keep is I'm going to do a deck review at the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, I'm going to be teaching some sort of effect or control or move or really something with that deck of cards. And then the beginning of the next week, we will review the next deck or two decks. And then the next video, I will be teaching something, and I'm going to keep doing that until we get to the last deck. So let's get right into the first deck of cards here. So I will pull these out, and I will put this box off to the side. Okay, so the very first deck of cards we're going to be reviewing are the stud playing cards. Now, as you can see just from the front of the box, it's going to have a white border, followed by a blue border, and this blue is going to be really dark. Then you're going to have a white border. However, about halfway, you're going to get the stud logo, and then underneath it, it's gonna finish. Now, inside the logo at the top left here, it's going to say finest quality. To the right, it's going to say linen finish. Now, right underneath it, you are going to see the 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace of Spades. Just the pips. You can see a little of the ace, but not the whole thing. Then, right underneath that is going to be a horse. And I did read up before this, I could be wrong, that actually male horses are called studs, okay? So you have a horse here, and this is stud. And then right underneath it, in sort of like bubble letters, big white bubble letters, it's going to say stud. And notice like the two lines that form around it. And the horse is in some sort of frame or picture frame, it looks like. Underneath that is going to say in white still, made in the USA. But if we look at the stud, you're going to see that it's going to be red, where like the S is sort of like maybe a block letter almost. And then right here, the very outside of that frame, I will call it, is yellow. Now, right under Made in the USA, it says easy to shuffle, and that's yellow. And then it's white, and it says poker. And then it goes back to yellow and says playing cards. So that is the front design. Now, Sean did mention in his video that these cards aren't made anymore, and you can actually pick these up at Walgreens. So if you would like a deck or two, go to your Walgreens and see if you can get them. Now, on the side, it's going to be like a blue border. Well, actually, it's going to be a white border beforehand. Then it's going to be blue. And then it's going to follow by like a yellow to a white border. And then it's going to say stud playing cards. And that is going to be in white. Now, on this side where I'm going to read, it's going to have the same border design, but it's going to say distributed by Walgreen Company, Deerfield, Illinois 60015. So, right there. Now, at the top of the box, right here, it's going to say stud and stud. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's anything under this tuck sticker, but you can see stud twice. And right here is going to be a barcode and then just some uh, company stuff. Okay, I'm blanking out there. So you can just see like what company made them, where they're located, and stuff like that. Now, on the very back is going to be the back design of the cards, and then you're also going to see the tuck label too. So just like this. And I believe this is the back of the cards. And then you can see the white border. And then you can see the tuck sticker here. And this is going to be the box. Let's crack these open and see what they look like. Okay, there's one end, and then there's two ends, and then I will just make sure it's fully open. Okay, so when you crack these open, you're just going to get some info about the trademarks and where it's distributed. So really nothing there. However, when you open it like this, you're going to see it's a plain white box with plain white tuck flaps. And then if you open these up, they're going to be white as well. And this is the box. Now, the box is a little messed up here, but not here. Okay, so that's something I don't know how it happened, but there it is. And then you can see the white box. Okay, so going over what you're going to receive in the deck. Well, first of all, as you can see the back design, so I want to actually show you this back design. So you can see the back design is going to match the back of the box. So that is a added bonus because you can really use this back design of the box and then a card like this for some nice effects. The first two cards you're going to receive is first of all the rules of the game Texas Hold'em. I never played Texas Hold'em, so I'm not too sure, but there you go. You may have to pause the video and try to enlarge it, or you can just look it up. Now, the next card you receive is going to be a poker guide on the different kinds of poker pairs. Okay, so you can always pause this as well and enlarge it. Now, in terms of jokers, you are just going to receive two jokers, and they actually look identical, which is always a huge bonus for me anyway. I really like identical jokers. So there's the first joker. So you can see the horse. Actually, okay, so the horse is there, but then there's like some leaves or something underneath him. I'm not too sure. But the second joker is here as well. And these are your two jokers. So moving on here, the cards themselves. So the ace of spades is going to say a stud underneath the spade. And then just like that Joker design, it's going to be inside the spade. And then it says Walgreens. So this design of the horse is inside of here. And there is your ace of spades. Now, all of the number cards are going to be like bicycle, the same layout, the same formation. Really, everything is the same. Nothing is going to be different. So, I'm not going to show you these very much, but I will show you them, or I won't show you them a lot, just because they're the same. But you can see here. Now, the court cards, on the other hand, are different, and if I'm not mistaken, I did read up that these court cards are actually from the Arco deck. Okay, I never owned an Arco deck. I don't have one, so I don't know much about the Arco deck, but there is what the court looks like. Really different from your standard Jack. Queen, because she doesn't have that little six spades thing in her hands. And then you have a king right here. Now, the aces, besides that, are going to be normal, but to me, the reds look a little richer or a little, I don't know, deeper. Okay, so there is the ace, two, and you can see the same layout, like I said, but they do look, to me anyway, a little thicker or maybe a little fatter. And then we have 9 and 10. And then we have the Arco faces once again. Try to give you enough time to see these Arco faces. Okay, so moving on to the kings here, or the clubs actually, not the kings. We started off with the king, so that's why I just said king. But yeah, the number cards, not much to show besides the ace of spades and the courts. But these are actually really nice cards. I never had these before, and I never saw them at any store to even pick them up from. So, I'm really happy I have these. There's the King of Hearts, the Queen, and the Jack. Now, since this prize uh, was around the concept of marked decks. I don't believe these are marked, okay? However, some of the other decks in the box are marked, but I'm not going to say which ones until the next video or future videos. However, if you see my unboxing, I do talk about which decks I believe Sean mentioned are marked. And there's the ace. So, these are the stud playing cards. Now, obviously, they handle really well, really smooth out of the box, okay? And they're not even stiff or anything like that. So, yeah, these are really nice. So, I hope you enjoyed this deck review. And if you're not subscribed to Sean, please go and subscribe to Sean. He has some really great content you don't want to miss. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time teaching something using these cards. Bye.